FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video guys, we're going to take a look at 3 to 4 trades that were available for London session. Alright, and we'll break these 3 trades down specifically. That way you can understand how to go about looking at the market whenever you're trying to figure out what pairs to trade. All right, so without any further ado guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. All right guys, so we are looking at Euro Pound on the 1 hour chart, and what we're looking at here is we're looking at the peak formation low on Euro Pound. So this is Sunday, Monday. This is what happened Sunday, Monday. Okay, as we can see, we had a peak formation low, railroad tracked, and then we're going right back up. Okay, now from what I can see here, this is probably going to be level 1 here. Okay, this area. Since this is a 1 hour, I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute chart so we can look at this area and confirm it. All right, so I'm just going to draw a little square around it so we can see that area, and let's drop down to a 15-minute chart real quick. All right, so as you can see, we are definitely at a level here, and what we're looking for essentially is we're looking to see what can come about it on the very next day, and that being just last night. So let's play this out here real quick and let's see what happens. So we have a new day here. As you can see, we're moving sideways during the Asian session, or actually this is Sydney, and then we're starting the Tokyo session here. So we're definitely at a level here guys. Alright, so because we're at a level here, okay, and we just had a peak formation low, what do you think we're looking for price to do? We're looking for what? Buys, right? So that's what we're looking for on this. We're looking for buys. Okay, so let's keep playing this here. Alright, so what do we have here guys? We're at level, right? We're at a level 1. And what do we have? So what does that look like so far? Looks like a second leg W type 2 pattern, okay, on level 1. Everybody follow me so far? Right? So type 2 setup, trading out of the edge, because, and what I mean by trading out of the edge is the first leg is first leg of it is actually in the Tokyo session or the Asian session. Second leg is right at 3 o'clock outside of the box. Okay, so if we're looking at this and we're looking to buy, because we believe this is a type 2 setup here on a W pattern second leg, we have here's the 5 and 13. The crossovers on this candle here. So to get let's say our 30 pips or so, so there's what your trade setup would look like. Over a 2 to 1 risk reward ratio just to get 30 pips. You're only risking about 8 pips or so. Matter of fact, let's just make it an even 8 pips, right? 8 pips we're risking. If we're wrong right away. We only lose 8 pips, but our gain is about 30. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, so here we end up getting our 30 pips. All right, we're at a over 3.5 to 1 risk reward ratio. Got 30 pips out of it. We were trading in line with market makers, because this started at 3, it ended all the way at 10. So from 3 to 10 in the morning, just straight, slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. So this is what I'm talking about. So you identify what level you're on. Peak formation low, level 1. We know we're looking for what? A buy. We're not looking to sell at level 1, right? We're looking to buy at level 1. All right. So that was one trade. Second trade. All right. So the second trade here is pound USD, and we're at pound USD here, and of course we see that we are at a peak formation high right here, and so we have come down and we're starting to move sideways here. So we've definitely identified a level here on the 1 hour chart, okay, because we're at 1 2 3 4 5 about 7 hours straight of nothing but moving sideways. Okay, so let's block off this area here and let's move over to a 15-minute chart so we can see. So here is on a 15-minute chart, we can clearly see that we are at a level since we are moving sideways here. So now what do? Let's go ahead and play this out and see what kind of setup we have available to us. Now remember, this was peak formation high. We're down at a level here, so level 1. Okay, let's play this out real quick and let's see what happens. All right, so let's see. Right now, so far, right out of the box, we have what? We have potential type 2 setup right here. If this is the first leg here, let's see what happens. You see that? So here's the first leg, comes down, there's the second leg, right? So the setup is basically another trade out of the edge, and first leg of course being inside of the Asian box, second leg forms right outside of the box. So this is about 3 o'clock, 3:15. Okay, so if we take a look at what a setup here would look like, all right, so this is what the trade would look like here. I put in 2 of them so you can see the differences. But basically one is 30 pips, and that's still giving you over a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, only 13.5 pips risk. The second one is the 50 pips. That one's actually giving you close to a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, still with 13.6 pips of risk only. So let's see how this one played out. All right, so obviously we got our 30 pips. We even got our 50 pips if you wanted to as well. So this opened up a really good opportunity for you to go ahead and trading out of the edge M formation here, which was a type 2 formation out of the edge. If you don't know what trading out of the edge is, just click the banner here in the top right corner. It'll take you to a video that I made about trading on the edge. But yeah, so this would have been either 30 or 50, whichever one you wanted. At the end of the day, though, it ended up producing about 80 pips or so. Now, one thing I did want to mention on this is, let's say that you actually missed. Let's say that you missed this setup here, right? And let's say it's about 5:30 or so, and you're looking at this potential setup as a W, because some of you might have done that. So you might be looking at this as actually not as this kind of setup here, right? So if you're looking at this for this aspect of it, if you remember about having the trading rules in your trading plan, that to enter the trade you needed that cross of the 5 and 13. Well, as you saw, the 5 and 13 never crossed, right? So it would not have given you the entry trigger that you needed. Okay, so just keep in mind that having the rules and actually using your trading plan would have potentially saved you here a loss if you happen to miss this first one here. Okay, So one other thing that I wanted to point out on this is the fact that what happened on the what ended up happening during the U.S. session, right? So it went all the way the entire length of London here till the U.S. session opened right at 9:30, 9:15, and look what happened, right? So price, what did price do? Price came all the way down, pinned, came back up, pinned, came back up, pinned, and then boom, there was your reversal. So you had actually another trade that you could have taken, and that one would have gotten you another 26 pips if you wanted to as well. So London trade, New York reversal, back into consolidation. There you go. All right. So let's take a look at one more. And this is pound JPY, same thing, 1 hour chart. And as you can see here, peak formation high came down, and we're definitely at some level right here that we're moving sideways on. So let's switch over to the 15-minute chart, and let's take a look at this particular level here. So as you can see on a 15-minute chart, we are definitely at level 1. Okay, so let's play this out and let's see how the Asian session sets up for us. All right, so let's notice here on this Asian session, we're at level 1, so we're looking for sells, right? We don't want to count a trend on level 1. We're not looking for buys, we're looking for sells. So what do we have here? If we look at the Asian session here, it really doesn't look like very much until you switch it over to the line chart. And the reason I know to switch it over to a line chart is every time that you get 3 little tiny little bars like this, when you look at it on a line chart, what does that look like to you? Looks like an M, right? So by just switching over to a line chart, you'll see, and you'll start to notice this stuff, guys. If you start doing backtesting on this, you'll start to notice these little things that'll help you identify patterns that typically you might not be able to identify on a regular bar chart. All right. So anyways, let's take a look at what potential trade we would have had here on this one. Okay, and this would have been a type 2 setup because we're at the high of the Asian range, right? And all right, so here are our two 30 and 50 ranges here, so we know what we are holding. One of them is we're right at 15 pips or so risking on each one, but we're still getting a 3-to-1 and a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on it. So when we play this out, I mean, we end up getting a lot more than just 50 pips. So as you can see, we're in all the way down. This actually ended up being, if I'm not mistaken, about 130 pips. Yeah, so about 132 pips on this particular trade. Definitely not a bad trade setup here for pound JPY that just happened last night during London. So you guys, 132 pips on this particular trade. So another very good trade, very clear trade. And again, we went from the 1 hour chart down to the 15-minute chart, identifying the peak formation highs and lows, what level we were on, and then we went ahead and we executed our bias based on that. All right. So I hope that this particular video helped you guys understand what I mean by when I talk about look at the 1 hour chart and then flip down to the 15-minute chart. This is what I'm talking about. All right. I know one of you guys asked me how to get the TDI indicator from the last video on TradingView. To do that, you simply go to indicators and then just type in TDI, and you'll get like a bazillion of them. So just pick one. I just picked the first one and then just put it on. But that's it, guys. I hope you hope you guys learned a lot from this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We'd really appreciate your support. Once again, guys, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night. Guys, one last thing. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate the fact that you take the time to watch my videos. I really hope that I've added value in each of the videos that I make for you guys, and I hope that you're learning something. As always, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like and share the videos if you found value in them. And also, don't forget to visit our website at www.fxntrading.com. Once again, guys, thank you so much. I'm truly blessed.